Part 20. Let's go. You were about to go off, and I heard part of it because your microphone is quite good because I gave it to you. So I heard the gist. But do you want to say it for the viewers?
I got
for the viewers at home.
Oh yeah, I got an offer at a job.
Ooh, major.
And the recruiter contacted me, and then I was just like, all right, here are my reservations of the job, yada yada yada. And then this guy's just like, no, but you should take it. But I was just like, oh, but I'm waiting on these other things. And he's just like, and I told him like one was a startup, and he's just like, well, 75% of startups fail, and do you really want to risk your future like that? And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa,
what the fuck just happened here?
I was just like I don't know you. You're not gonna make the difference in that paycheck work for me. I low key, I really hate when people try to pressure you to like not make the most money you can in turn and like try to, but like not your boys. Like I understand if like you work at a job that you love, and when you work at a job that you love, I understand if like you're gonna take that.
Love
but
is a
if
strong
you don't,
word, but yeah.
but like if you didn't love the job,
love is a strong word, but yeah.
But if you can make more money and like the job a little less, you probably do that.
As is my prerogative.
Yeah.
As is my pierogi, as you would say.
But then I'm like, did I really just want that job, or is it just because it was mad low responsibility? But I don't want that paycheck. And like, oh, being broke was not great. But it was fun. It was fun being broke. Yeah. What are you
I
doing?
disagree.
What?
I don't think it was fun being broke.
Okay, being college level broke.
Nope.
Okay, yeah, maybe not.
Someone had a different experience than you.
This is true. This is true. I'm a privileged individual.
If you couldn't tell from the everything about you.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I grew up with African parents. You can't blame me.
Ooh. That wasn't the African parents part. That was my shield breaking. I wasn't like, no way. I have met Jose and your mother's name I can't say. And they're lovely people who truly want the worst for you. Like they want the best for you, but they like want you to be really unhappy.
Yeah, they do not. Happiness is not a factor.
No.
My parents want me safe and alive. They do not want me.
They want you safe, alive, and profitable. I don't. They don't want. They don't want happiness.
Happiness? My dad was like, "Boy, I did not leave that island for happiness."
That's a little. That came a little closer to the truth than I think you were comfortable with.
Nah, I understand. It is what it is. When you having immigrant parents is like.
Are you gonna do the explodey thing? You are. You son of a bitch.
They're like.
Oh, you're not doing it.
So annoying. Like they annoyingly love you, and then you have like the worst part is like when you have strict immigrant parents. It's like the other immigrant parents. And you see their kids living free and
yes, we literally have gone through this like 2 parts ago.
I want to fight for my freedoms, Nick. I want to negotiate with, but then I'm like, I was also a boy, so at least I was like a prized possession. My poor sister.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah, what?
Oh.
Misogyny runs through the immigrant community.
And you apparently.
Nah, I'm just saying it is what it is. My sister's had a more.
I think that might be the tagline of Racist for what it's worth. It is what it is. That's like their fucking slogan.
But I'm just saying, like, an immigrant woman has a lot of different challenges in life. Especially, like, my father was overprotective to his daughter. Just like, nah, you are not doing that. You are not dressing like that.
I almost said something bad.
And so it's just like, yeah, nah. Oof.
I think you know what I was going to say.
We are not getting involved with that.
I think I already dragged your dad in a different series when you were fighting with him. So we don't need to bring it back up. Oh, that was easy. I like the tests. The major tests I think are a little bit too difficult. Like I don't want to have to take like strength food. What are you thinking about now?
If someone texts me something serious and I'm like, I don't want to think about that and remember it. Why y'all people asking me questions? Why y'all asking me all these questions?
Like what?
Just like, she ran into someone that was like, that person is crazy. And then she's like, no, that person seemed lovely. And I'm like, well, and I made a dumb joke. And I was like, well, you think all women can't do no harm? So, of course, you're just like, she's ideal. And then she's just like, No, and then proceeded to tell me about how one time I defended a dude who I hated and openly said to his face, I do not like you. Please stop talking to me. And she's just like, yeah. And then you confronted him about being a shithead, and I was like, you had to do that.
Who were you referring to? Is it someone I know?
No, you haven't met them. But also, she is hilarious because she treats us.
No, I meant the person you said I do not like you to.
Oh no, you haven't met them.
Okay.
It was someone I was working with when I was broken after I graduated grad school. Fun job though. Good friends.
I wonder what's over here. I'll bet there's a Lionel here. They like to hang out in really open areas. I have to climb this mountain, and I'm not psyched about it.
You guys can listen to the Borderlands 2 episodes, and you'll hear me during that period of time.
Wow, that is that was a while ago. That was like 2018,
Yeah.
2017. That was with Carlos and Mark. That was
Yeah,
the first.
Spencer
That was
in
the. Sorry, not Carlos and Mark. That was Spencer and Mark. That was the first 4-player series we did. I really treasure the time we spent there.
Yeah.
On it, like genuinely no memeing. I was like, yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a good meeting of the minds. You guys all really worked off each other really well. Everyone seemed to be having fun. It was a good time. We don't really do those anymore. It makes me sad.
It's because it's hard to find like the shit that pisses me off.
Hey, it's raining again, by the way. Just
If Redfall,
you know, just cause.
I'm so happy for you. If Redfall had not come out, like if Microsoft didn't buy Bethesda and Redfall was coming out on all the consoles, I'd be like, ooh, that's a day one purchase for me because I was like, Mark, Spencer, and Nick would be up in that bitch.
Yeah.
And then it was just like, oh no, you gotta get a PC. And now I'm looking at that shit. I'm like, damn, you about to make me to give me getting a PC?
I gotta upgrade my PC. It's been a couple years, and by a couple I mean like 6 or 7. But we built Spencer and I built like a really good one when I built it. But now it's that time I gotta upgrade it, and I don't want to. I really don't want to.
Juliana's gaming friends are trying to pressure her to let me buy a PC and like get
that's pretty
PC
good.
gaming, and she's just like, no, y'all will see me 6 feet under before you see him with a gaming PC.
That's also pretty funny.
She's like, where are we gonna put it? And I'm like, I know, like I'm sitting at a desk right now, Nick. And the thing is, there's an iMac here that nobody uses in the house because it's old and slow. I'm like, let me flip that shit, take my cash, and then go, crack it up in here. The only negative would then I'd be gaming in the bedroom, and I feel like she'd be like, I don't need her to watch me game, see me fail,
Yeah, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, we're gonna get into it though, because
If
I
I
need
was-
to get that.
if
That
I-
Redfall looks like fun.
If I had to broach this topic with Amy, she would be like, "We should get 2." So I can't really relate.
No, I understand because real estate in this home, it is very like it would be annoying in terms of someone sitting there in the wee hours of the night, just like headphones on with like a light on you the entire night. That sounds annoying. And also, it's just like I don't need to be in front of a screen like that, and then we can't cuddle and watch a movie.
Oh, do you want to hear something I did recently?
Cuddle and watch a movie.
Well, we do that pretty often, but I answered a text from Amy during a video recording of a series it's the Eevee videos. I think she will watch that series, and I just gushed for like 5 minutes about how much I loved her and how great everything was. So it's like gonna be a nice little surprise she sees when she eventually watches it. Cute little love notes. This is the 2023 love notes.
Easter eggs. You gotta listen to his podcast.
Yeah, that's just how it works. So I'm excited for that.
What did old people back in the day use? Actually, no.
Letters?
People used to, yeah. Oh God. Oof. But then again, I feel like that's gotta be next level.
You imagine
gotta hear-
sexting through letters?
Can you imagine waiting like 7 days to like you? Not
7
only that,
days
you
is
had-
generous.
yeah, you were writing your shit down, right? And you were just hoping and praying that she's just having a little sex, and then you can't even tell.
God. It never ends with you.
Yeah, it's just like, ah, man, you're the one for me, babe, and she's just getting her back blown out.
Did they blow up backs back in the day?
Oh yeah.
Or did they ruffle petticoats?
No, but then again, also back in the day, like people used to have whole ass secret families.
Yeah, can you can you talk about secret families for a second? Like back in the day when you used to just be able to just like drive 2 towns over and have an entire other family, and because there was no communication, they would never fucking know.
Like,
That's so insane to me. I'm like, first of all, who wants more kids? Second of all, like you kept both of them? The hubris.
you like on no the part that's always crazy to me is I'm just like, what? Like, that's no downtime to yourself.
Yeah,
you
that's,
gotta
that's
be,
what I mean. Where I'm like, if you have enough, like we've talked about cheating before. First of all, don't cheat. Just straight up, just don't cheat.
But
It's
on
very,
top of
it's
secret
very
family-
funny. It's very funny to talk about cheating. Don't cheat.
Yeah.
But, and you're a piece of shit if you do cheat. But like, even going at it from like a logical perspective, I'm like, your version of cheating is just doing the same shit you do with your family twice.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you a psychopath? Like what? And
No,
one
I
of them
mean,
you can't even like claim. You like, one of them you can't even like be seen in public and shit. Why would you want to do any of this?
I'm just thinking like the style of it is like, oh, dad's gone every weekend or dad's home Monday through Thursday, and mom is just like, oh yeah, he's just gone this weekend.
What am I looking at right now? There's so much sand and shit here.
But also like my dad has another child
What?
that we don't really talk about, but it's just like, but that's not secret. Everybody knows that's his daughter.
Since you brought it up, what I was gonna say earlier when you said he was very protective of your sister, I was gonna say, was he protective of both of them, or just one?
I mean, one is just like, I can tell he gets along with her, but also he's just like, oh, you are crazy. You are crazy because I wasn't there to snap the crazy out of you. Where with me and my sisters, it's a little bit of like, oh,
It's like you're
no,
crazy and it's my fault.
oh yeah, you are crazy because of like
You're
'cause I didn't
crazy
take
and it's
you out.
directly because of me.
Oh god, yeah.
You're crazy in a different way, to be fair.
I know I stress my father out more than like not as much as my sister. My sister I know stresses him out like no one's business. But like me, he's just like, all right, you.
Do you think with
I-
you, he's like, you're just really weird?
Oh,
I don't understand you.
I do think there's a part of like my dad's just like, why are you like this? I was there every day. There's no reason for you to be like this.
It's very funny to me.
Like, my dad knows how to fix like most things, and he hates that. While he was doing all that shit, he thought I was just gonna learn it through like purely watching or show any interest in it. And I was like, no, most of the time I was interested in something else, and you ripped me apart of that, and I just wanted to spite
And
you.
yeah, I was gonna say,
For
out of
enjoying-
spite, you didn't learn it.
Yeah, I was just like, fuck this. No, this is not like, oh my god, mowing the lawn and doing yard work. It was just like, also growing up in Citrus, the annoying part is like you see other people paying for this shit, and I'm like, why are we doing this? He's like, you don't pay for it, and so we're doing it. And then it's just like, and it was so, he'd wake my ass up. It's like 7:30, and he's like, you got, especially in college, it got even worse because it's like he knew I
College was
typically
great because you would come home to visit and he'd be like, hey, time to put you to work. Here's some stuff I've been saving up. Which was always funny to me. Because you would
But, like,
complain about it every time you came home. And I was like, yep.
I came home for spring break, and it was like a blizzard, and I was like, "Cool." Well, I got
Carlos, we're from Massachusetts. It was a nor'easter.
Oh, yeah. Oh, nah. Because also St. John's had an annoying ass spring break where like that spring break was in February because they'd give you an extra break off for Easter.
Oh, real quick, I do want to say, I've always found it very funny that we in the Northeast, so many times they'll just call, like, if a storm is like bad but not like deadly, instead of calling it a blizzard, they'll call it a nor'easter. And like, a nor'easter literally means it came from the Northeast. And we keep just calling every storm that's slightly bad a nor'easter, and I
Yeah.
hate our community because of it. Like,
Honestly, I gotta say this: I miss like having snow. Not having snow this year really fucking bummed me out, man.
dude, I agree. I'm a huge fan of snow. I don't care. I'll fight the haters. I think snow's great. And it's kind of fucked up. that we had another shitty winter. That we had some snow. We didn't get a storm. We didn't get we didn't get buried.
No, ours was very warm here. We didn't have snow once.
Oh really? We got snow a couple times here.
I was there one time when there was snow, and I was like, "Oh, it's so nice." And then it dried up.
People hate on snow a lot, and I don't really appreciate that. Like,
I get the hate.
I understand it, but I'm also like, it's a lot of people. Like, I feel like people who don't get snow, like their climate just doesn't get snow. But like, if they ever experience it, it's usually because they're like traveling and stuff, and it'll fuck up their plans. I'm like, yeah, I get that part, but I'm like, have you ever just had snow just like, and it didn't affect you? It's pretty neat. It's also pretty cool.
I think the difference is like you needed to have enjoyed snow from when you were like 7 to 25, because after that, I'm like. 27, 28, I'm probably not going to have the free time to enjoy the snow day. Where I'm like, oh shit, now my whole day is fucked up because the snow's fucking everything up. Where like being 10 years old and they called off school and it's like, cool, my dad still has to go to work. I'm about to get up into this PS2.
That's why you said get up into this.
Man, I was... Oh, man, give me that. Those snow days fantastic. And then as I've grown up in New York, it's just like, oh, like when...
Oh fuck! Oh no!
Right? What were you doing?
Nope. Okay. So we have a
problem.
problem.
You were freezing.
Nope. We have a problem.
What's the problem? Was it burning you? Or is it the monster over there?
It's a Lionel.
Oh.
I think they go by the color of their mane, and I believe that the white mane is the strongest. Blue mane, okay. I mean, it's clearly white, but that's fine. Nope, don't worry about it. We're fine, man. I was trying to just mark this on my map. Like, oh, fun shrine, I'll do that later. And I also, like, see this,
are you gonna play him?
This win. I mean, I might as well, right?
Do it for the
until
fun.
It turns around. Because I can land on him. Have you ever landed on a Lionel?
No.
It's pretty funny. I need a one-handed sword to do it, I think. This will work.
Also, my dad can't watch TV shows, and I think that's another reason why he thinks I'm odd, because he's like, he knows I can watch TV all fucking day. And he's just like, no. He got AD. He has worse ADD than me, but he would hate to. He would never, like, say that.
Oh, he's got a big weapon.
Oh, yeah, he's gonna fuck you ass up if you don't get to.
Okay, he's gonna be still for a second. I think I might need to eat some strength food. Just to really mollywop him.
Do you have any good snow day memories?
I have tons of good snow day. I just like snow. Like, I like waking up, especially on a weekend.
Oh,
just
yeah.
Like waking up and just like, you don't have to do shit, but you can just look outside and be like, yeah, it looks really nice. I like that. It's cool.
Oh, that is the best. That's why I like the Division so much. Honestly, I think is because it's like it's like a snow day in New York, and I'm like, ooh, we don't get enough games with like well-designed snow, and especially, ooh, give me a good cozy day, man. Love the coziness. Granted, like when me and Juliana were looking for a house, the most annoying thing is like she's OD about like the cozy feel of a home. And she's like, we must have a fireplace because that's peak cozy. And I'm like, all right, you need to relax.
Uh-oh.
Are you a cozy or are you a functional person?
Functional.
Yeah. I feel like most men are.
Cozy's nice. It's just not my priority. Okay, he got that one for me. That's fine. Got that one too. That's fine. Oh, I had a really good sword. I wonder if he's weak against fire.
Fire.
Ooh. I honestly can't tell. This doesn't tell me anything.
Remember the Nickelodeon movie Snow Day?
That was the first movie I walked out of.
God damn, what was happening?
I really just didn't enjoy it. I thought it was super boring, and I like told my parents I don't want to watch this anymore. Or I told my dad, and we left. Oh, wrecked me. Okay, all right, it's fine.
What was
It's
your
fine.
dad's reaction? He was just like, ah,
He,
yeah.
he didn't
same.
want me to, but like I like convinced him. I was like, I'm really not enjoying this. He was like, that's just life sometimes. And it's like that didn't fly for like a 6-year-old or whatever it was. Like, fuck.
Yeah, see, that's the wildest thing. I can't imagine having choices and decisions in my house.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that a foreign concept to you?
Yeah, that man. Ooh, no.
Hey, there we go. That was tough.
Oh yeah, me and Julian started watching Modern Family, and I'm like, watching that, and I'm like, I could definitely see Julian being a disciplinarian up in this pitch. And me just being like, I'm fun dad. I'm out here, getting mine. You should
Ty
get
Burrell.
yours too." Yeah, like, yeah.
Oh, by the way, Carlos, I beat it. That's fine. No worries. Just,
Oh.
you don't have to, whatever. It's cool. You don't have to acknowledge it or anything. It wasn't like super.
You didn't do it in the coolest way possible. You didn't even make it explode in a cool way.
You can't make them explode. What do you mean?
You could have found a way to do it. Make
You
them eat a
found a
bomb.
way to make them explode, is what you're telling me. So you're telling me, to my face right now. Oh, I forgot to finish that quest. That's fine. We'll go back for that later. All right, we got one tower, way the fuck over there.
Yeah, turn up.
Before we do that though,
You want to have a serious conversation with the audience about drug usage in America?
no, but I guess good guess. So this is from Carlos, September 29th, 2013.
Yo, 2013.
Today is just one of those days where I just want to sit and eat Oreos all day.
Hey, all right. Today is one of those days.
It's been 10 years. Some things don't change. And then it's previously.
Please, hey,
Right,
yo,
right before this, it's games like this where I think I only watch football because I'm a masochist. Again, the more things change, the more they stay the same. And then August 9th, 2013 in Carlos. There comes a point in a person's life when they realize your life will never be as cool as a Duran Duran music video. Carlos, care to comment?
Nah, Duran music video is fucking fire, man. That shit, ooh.
All right.
Her name is Rick. Let me not get you a copyright claim.
Let's see. Oh, here. Oh.
Please stop reading these. Play the fucking game.
Here's one. So, for the audience, the list episode I thought was pretty funny when we went through Carlos's top 20, and I tried to search Carlos's Facebook. I'm gonna love with you, Carlos, for the exact situation this happened. I was on the toilet, and I had just finished a game that I was working on, or I had just finished reading something, and I was like, you know what? Let's do this. And so I just scrolled as far back in your Facebook as I could before it reset. Infinite scrolling was a mistake. Here's another one from Carlos. 2013 was really good. Carlos Lopes, July 19th, 2013. I'm going to say this one because this is probably the most controversial one. If BioShock didn't come out the same year as Last of Us and GTA 5, it would easily be Game of the Year. At first, it took me a really long time to get into the story, but the ending fixes all the problems in the game. Its political message actually works, but with a couple of plot holes, it could have been polished a bit more. With fantastic gameplay and an amazing atmosphere, it is 9 out of 10. Now, a couple things there, Carlos. Couple things. Couple things.
BioShock 1? I was on drugs. I must have been on drugs.
Carlos.
Was I concussed?
Carlos. That was in 2013. Do you know which BioShock came out in 2013?
It's the one I don't like.
It's BioShock Infinite. Your original review of that game.
Man, I climbed to the haters. I fell to the haters.
The original review for that game, you gave it a 9 out of 10.
Why would... Alright. Okay.
I knew this would be good content. I knew I had gold.
I hate your content strategy. No, I get it. I get it why I said that, as well as being very wrong. Okay.
You understand, but also it's wrong.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta lie. Sometimes you just gotta lie. I lie all the time. You gotta lie all the time. Keeps life interesting.
Boy, there's a lot going on here, Carla. I just don't know that I agree.
Yeah. Okay. You don't ever need to talk about that game.
I think you had a hot take, and I don't think it was.
Nobody
a good hot
wants
take.
to talk about that game.
Nobody wants to. Nobody.
2013. Also, it's just funny. I also don't like GTA 5 anymore.
Well, so I'm glad you brought that up. So, because there's another one I found.
Shut the fuck up! Don't you? No, we're not reading that on the air. We're playing the game.
Carlos Lopes.
I will leave this call. I will leave this call. I am not. I don't want to read you. It's like an essay. You don't need to hear this. Nobody needs to hear this. I can be two different people at the same time. It's okay.
Carlos, it's so much worse.
I know.
So let me tell you this. I don't know what you thought of GTA 5 at the time, but I can tell you this. You created a blog. And GTA 5 was the first one you reviewed, and that blog doesn't exist because I checked. I wanted that to be up more than anything in the world, and it wasn't up anymore. It was called Reviews of the Day.
Yo, I will smoke crack before I listen to my.
But also, it was.
I will run into.
You had your sister share the blog to try and get more views on it.
All right, I hate it all, man. I hate it all. Anyway,
this is the reaction I wanted when we did the top 20 list, and you didn't give it to me, so I had to seek it out.
Personal shame. Personal shame, man. I hate writing.
Oh my god.
Never writing again. I'm reading my Twitter right now. I don't need to be held accountable with my own self.
Are we? By the way, speaking of that, are we not going to talk about what that dude said? Are we going to wait for that? We're going to wait for the dust to settle.
What? Oh yeah, we are waiting for the dust to settle.
Okay.
We can't talk about that yet.
But we will.
At one point, yes. If we never talk about it on the air, you know what the answer is.
It's just.
You can say what you want.
You really liked BioShock Infinite, huh? What about BioShock Infinite did you think was
I actually like the shooting.
10?
I enjoyed the shooting and the gameplay more than the other BioShocks, and then I was just like, if you really just forget about this entire sequence happening, the game still works and is actually better for it. But then I was just like, why am I discounting this entire experience of this scene happening and being horrible, making me not want to play it anymore? And then I was just like, yeah, this game is trash. And I replayed like a part of it because I was like, maybe the gameplay still feels good. And I was like, no, it doesn't. Things are better. So it's just like, yeah. Once I came to my senses, and also, like, because also the thing is, once you finish a game, sometimes you're like, well, I invested all those hours into it. It couldn't have been that bad. I at least saw the ending. There's so many games I don't even see the ending to.
Oh, you went through the. I know what you meant. So you went through the. I mean, I beat it. It couldn't have been a bad game if I beat it, right?
Yeah. I was at least engaged throughout, and I wanted to see the ending of it. And then I was just like, nah. There's some games where I'm just like, I'm at the end of it, and I don't know. I've committed to this game, and I gotta see it through. Maybe it will get great. Maybe it will cross that threshold. And every once in a while it does, but a lot of times it doesn't.
That was. Thank you for giving me the exact reaction I wanted. That was very good.
I hate you, man. I hate you. You need to bring that up. That's a dark time in my life.
I want you to think about something for a second. I had that material and didn't use it the last video. I was sitting. Not only that, Carlos, I've waited days for this. I did that a couple days ago, and I've been so excited to drop this on you at the perfect moment, preferably when you were high.
That's right. Oh man, shit! Like, tweeting. That's why I tweet so much, man. People need these opinions more than I need these thoughts.
So I did forget as I was scrolling through. You know what made scrolling very difficult?
My Twitter.
Is that before you discovered Twitter, you just treated Facebook like Twitter. And boy, so many soccer games. Just so many. Just so many.
I will say, like, I don't it's to the point where
I would have gone back further if I could, but after I was scrolling and it like reset from 2013 to 2018, and I was like, I'm not doing this again. I was like, I gave up.
Yeah, I watch a lot of soccer. I posted a lot. I've been a heavy internet user for a long time, which is like horrifying to me. As well as I'm chronically online. That's the worst part of it.
Very much so.
Like, I know so much dumb Twitter shit that I'm like, oh, cross. I could really make a lot of money if I could just like not be a fucking idiot in addition to Twitter. I could find something. I could use those brain cells to do something very well.
You could make a rotating sandwich website. Why not that? Just like.
But then I'm like, I remember one time at work, I was like, all right, I'm not, like, when I first get a job, I'm always like, I'm not going on Twitter. And then I'm like, time and time again, I need to be on that shit, man. I need that
Yeah,
shit.
it's an
Like,
addiction. That's kind of the point of them, right? Is like they're
yeah,
built to be as addicting as possible.
yeah, it's true.
Like, yeah,
I mean,
you would say it was true because it absolves you of responsibility. But
exactly.
like, but it is true. I'll give you that.
Yeah, and then
Um,
like, and then you mix in with the soccer aspect of it. It's just like, oh, it's just constantly giving me like that dump, but that dopamine rush. But I hate it. I gotta get off of it, man. And Juliana hates it, so yeah. But yeah, I'm chronically online. It's tragic.
my name's
What
Carlos. I'm a chronic masturbator.
But then I'm like, what did people do before like being chronically online? Like, what were the weirdos doing then? Probably same shit.
Nothing
Being
in
really
silence.
into soccer. Being fucking normal.
Being weird in a vacuum.
Okay.
Uh,
Nah, that's a good question.
Still thinking about how giddy I was when I discovered you had a positive review of Bioshock Infinite. Oh, it was so delightful.
I hate that you're happy in life. It makes me miserable that you're happy. When you tell me bad stories about yourself, I get enlightened.
I know. That's why I don't do it anymore. Because you get excited. Because you're a psychopath. Alright. Hey. Nope. Please don't. Thank you. Imagine getting hit so hard you just fall over. Would it be over at that point? Like, would you just stay down? Oh, I guess that has happened. You fell over while walking your dog and got a concussion.
Yeah, that shit fucking man.
You have concussions.
That shit hurt.
Actually, wait.
Well,
I can't really
Yeah.
speak anymore. I used to have the concussion high ground. I don't anymore.
getting a concussion is just like the doctor. All he says is like, "Don't think," and I'm like, "What do you mean, don't think?"
So for those who may have missed it, Carlos has had 2 very big concussions in your life that I can think of. Maybe you have a different number in your head.
I've had about 3.
Okay, I know the one recently when you fell down walking your dog because you're an old man.
Oh yeah.
I know the one. Ooh, oh that's upsetting. There's wind. I know the one that happened when you were walking your dog. I know the one that happened in high school. What was the other one?
There was one that I got 2 in high school. I got one playing soccer, and I ran into some person like really hard.
Did they get a concussion too?
No, because they were taller than me.
Some bullshit. You should sue. I wonder if I can. I just like. Oh, you can. That's really funny. You just bash these open.
Getting knocked silly, like what a young man's game. I'd be down for a month if someone knocked me silly. Like watching sports and someone gets knocked out, I'm like, oh shit, dog, what are you gonna do?
You can
now?
like relate to it now.
Oh yeah, it's like when I fell and because of the dog pulled and I slipped on black ice, but my glasses.
Whoa,
were
whoa, whoa,
fine.
whoa, whoa! Why's it gotta be black?
I hate you. You can't do that joke.
I think I can do that joke.
No, you can't.
I think I can only do it in this specific moment.
That shit hurt so bad, dog. Cause I landed on my head and shoulders, and the dog is jumping on me. And then I'm walking, and I'm like, "Oh, my back is fucked up. Oh, my head hurts. Why is the light hurting so bad?" Got back in, started making coffee. Like, "Oh, I'm fucked up."
I can
my
laugh.
coffee.
I can laugh about this because you're healed. But
Yeah.
I was
Having
worried when you told me.
Having a big old headache, and then like drinking my coffee, thinking like, "Oh, it's not a caffeine headache." Taking an Advil, and be like, "Oh, this ain't even doing shit." Trying to do work, and be like, "Why are my eyes not working?" And then be like, "Oh, I'm just concussed," sitting down, and then calling my dad and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm concussed. I fell today." And he goes, "Why aren't you going to the hospital, you idiot?" And then being like, "Why is anyone entrusting me, someone who just sustained a head injury, to be in charge of my own safety?"
So, I
And
know
then
what
Juliana made me do the dishes.
That's funny. She's like, even concussed, I'm not doing these dishes.
Oh no, my messed up joke I do with Juliana is, so whenever like she does something that like irks me a little bit, let's say like, oh, she just didn't put something back, And I go, I'm like, you never think about me, just like the time, because one time she got invited to go hang out with a friend on a Friday when I was concussed. And so she decided to go, and I was just like, oh, but like I can't watch TV, and there's nothing else for me to do, and I don't want to go like sit and like not talk because like loud noises and shit. And she's like, well, you can just nap. And so she left. And so what I did that night was I just got high and like laid and like listened to podcasts until I fell asleep. And so I always like throw it in her face. I'm like, you left, and she's like, you were in no danger. I wasn't in any danger. Honestly, I was fine. But it is more fun just being like, well, you left me when I was concussed.
My concussion, I didn't realize I was concussed, which is bad when you have a concussion.
Oh, yeah.
Not realize you have a concussion. Oh, I know what they want me to do here. This is annoying.
How did you get concussed?
That's what I was gonna say. So, I got concussed in probably the stupidest way. Probably the oldest man way. I got concussed because I got into my shower, and my shower has a shower door, and in that shower door, there's like a lip. Like I'm 6'2", and the shower door is like 6 feet. So, I was slightly. Excuse me. What are we doing here? So I was slightly too tall, and like the way I do it is like I put my head under. Are you? What are we fucking doing right now?
I'm watching that and I'm like, I don't think he's solving this shit. I don't think he's solving this shit at all.
I just thought it would be shallow enough, and it wasn't. There we go. There, it's solved.
No, I don't think this is working.
Solved, Carlos. It's fine. Yeah, oh, maybe it's this way.
Are you going to try to just stack them all up?
I think that's the way they want you to do it. But it's weird because you can't see the other ones when you do it. Oh, can I? Is this a ruse? Can I like? Aha, okay. This is kind of working. in like a really dangerous kind of way. Hey, come over here, friendo. Oh, I could have just done that. I hate myself so much. I didn't know that was an option. I need one more, I think.
Breath of the Wild, baby.
How did I do this the first time? I've never done this puzzle, so however I did this, it was not the correct way. I assume I just like Rivali's Galed or something and just fucking fought the wind. What an interesting puzzle. Anyway. Yeah, so I have like a little, like I have a shower door that I like slide open, and it has like a lip at the top that like connects it, and I'm taller than that lip, so I have to bend under it and go over to get in the shower. For whatever reason, I think I was like deep in thought already or something like that, and like I wasn't paying attention, and I like dipped my head like I normally do and dipped it back up, but I wasn't in the shower all the way and dipped back up straight in the top of the lip. And not only so, it wasn't even like I hit it on something like it was like worse because I hit it with a full force, unprotected, like I wasn't braced at all because I didn't know I was gonna do it. And on top of that, it wasn't like a straight like what's a good way? It was like an edge, because the way that it works is like the door goes in between two like metal like kind of side things. And I like cracked my head straight in the middle on like one of the side things. So it wasn't even like I hit a flat surface. I hit like something that dug directly into my head with the full force of my own strength. And I was like, ow, and like really hurt myself because I'd never had a concussion. No, it was completely alone. Because I'd never had a concussion, I just thought I hurt myself. Right? I just thought like I just like bumped myself on the head and got a bruise. But then like I had like really chronic headaches for like 2 days. And like my eyes were like killing me, like eye strain and stuff like that. And I described these symptoms to Amy when she came over to visit. And as I was describing them, I was like, I hear it. Yep. I know what happens. Because I was like, I feel really fucked up. And I'm like, I don't know. Like I feel like really like aching. I don't know what happened. Like I described, like the only thing I can think of is I started telling her the same story, and I was like, Yeah, I hear it. I got it. I know what happened. And she was like, "Oh my god, you have a concussion." I'm like, I know. I got there. Okay, like I figured it out. And then later she was like, "How did you not know?" And I was like, "Well, in my defense, that's kind of one of the symptoms, isn't it? Like, is not knowing."
Like, you got brain damage, dog.
I did.
You
Yeah.
can't think right now. That's the thing, that the craziest thing about people.
Concussions
who
are
get
scary as
concussions-
shit. I'll still make fun of you for years, but I totally I get it now. Like
It's just like
they don't fuck around.
you also you don't know, and you're like, it feels like you're trying to turn the car on and there's no gas, but you can't see that there's no gas on the meter, so you're just like, what the fuck is going on right now? And then like as you slowly parse it through the day of like, oh, I started feeling like this after I hit my head a bunch. It's just
You sort of go,
yeah. And then after that, it's just like, okay, cool. Now what do I do to get better? And it's not like, oh, if you see yourself bleeding, you're like, put a Band-Aid. This is just like, the doctor will tell, take an Advil and like, don't think and don't look at screens. And I'm like, oh, great. So if I had broken my leg, at least I could watch TV all day and like, it wouldn't be that bad. At least the day would go quickly. Now I'm just like laying in the dark, trying not to think too hard.
I am completely with you. It's such an annoying thing to happen to you because you can't, like, the recovery process is the most boring shit that you will ever deal with. And you just have to sit there. Carlos is not exaggerating. You just fucking sit there. And you can't read, you can't watch TV, you can't really, like, the only thing you can kind of do is listen to music. Even then they're like in small doses.
Listening to music only will do so much because you have a headache, and it's just like, oh fuck, I'd rather just sit in silence.
Yeah. And it's a headache that you basically can't cure with medicine. So it just sucks.
Oh, when the concussion in high school really sucked because my parents are assholes, and my dad was just like, you are not missing school to recover from this. You're just going to sit at school all day. And so pretty much for 2 weeks, I told all my teachers, like, I have a concussion, I have the paperwork with the nurse. So, like, I didn't have to take midterms or anything. But I remember just sitting there and being, like, just sitting in class, like, zoning out because, like, I can't think. And the teachers are like, oh, yeah, I understand that, like, there's nowhere else for you to go and your parents aren't just going to let you stay at home. And I'm like, I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
Well, also, and I really want to drive this home for the people who don't understand it, like, even zoning out hurts. Like,
oh, yeah.
Because if you think too hard, then that exacerbates the headache.
Yeah. So you just kind of like, you're just a zombie. And then, like, people go out and play sports in that condition.
That's wild to me. I, like, to do anything while I was concussed, I was like, I would rather have died. Like, I did
that, like, the first day I got, like, a concussion, I went to wrestling and I tried to, like, do the things, but, like, I was like, I'm loopy and I keep falling over every time I pick someone up. And then I'm like, the doctor was like, that's a dumb thing to do. He's like, your equilibrium's all off. You have no idea which way is up. And I'm like, yeah, that's true. Oh man, fuck that shit. No. And falling when you're older, just always, the older I get, like, the less funny it is just to watch me fall.
Yeah, it's so that was the thing that messed with me too. For someone of my size, I have really, really good balance and hand-eye coordination.
Oh yeah, you could have probably done it even worse.
For that to be, like, off, really fuck with me. All right, this is what I was looking for. This should be the last tower we have to get in the entire game. That's pretty cool.
Also, eating fucking hard too, because, like, moving your jaw is
It's again, I made fun of you for so many years for your concussions because you did some stupid shit while you were concussed. Yeah. But like, no, they're pretty rough. They're not a fun experience.
My sister,
so don't hit your head. Protect your head.
My sister, when she was in that car accident, also had to deal with, like, the concussion shit, and as well as she couldn't, like, her wrist and her ankle were broken, so she was just, like, just chilling with my grandma, who was watching telenovelas and on the phone all day, and she was just like, I'm going insane. This woman is at 1,000,000, and I need just, like, silence. But no, that shit, oof.
No, oof is right. This feels, like, weirdly open. I wonder if there's a Talos here. No, it's just a fucking wolf. A woof. Yeah? Yeah, I don't know. I'm happy you're really enjoying Elden Ring for what it's worth.
Yeah, I'm getting my stats right. Once I figured out poise.
Oh, that was
like,
something you told me about last night, where you talked about poise. And I was like, oh yeah, I guess I never did explain poise to you.
because
And
I was
it's super important, but it's like ingrained in your head if you've played any Souls game.
I was watching a YouTube video of like Elden Ring for real beginners. Yeah, y'all can clown me in the comments, get your jokes off.
I think that's a good idea. All right,
And
get fucked, fucking loser. Oh, I didn't die. That'd have been really funny. Imagine
that would
committing,
have been humbling as shit.
imagine committing manslaughter.
No, imagine a dude jumping off a hill to kick you off a hill. It'd be mad humbling. What are you gonna do for the rest of the day? Someone just disrespect. They didn't care enough about.
Be dead.
Wait, what were we? Oh, we were talking about 50 Cent getting shot 9 times.
Yes, we were. We have two opinions about 50 Cent getting shot 9 times. One, how are you going to shoot someone 9 times and not kill them? Surely that has to affect your street cred.
You were mad enough to be like, I'm gonna attempt to murder this guy, but comfortable enough with the results that I think he got
you were mad enough to attempt to murder, but not mad enough to like make sure you finish the job, which is poor craftsmanship. Just
not only that, but I'm like, at a certain point, I'm like, wouldn't you rather have at least murdered the person because you was going to eat them years anyway?
Well, so here's the other thing, is like. So we talk about this, and then what happens when your friends, your buddies, your pals, your compatriots, your homies, if you will, find out that you didn't kill him? So now, because I feel like the risk of not killing is so much higher. Like you better if you're gonna murderize someone, you better make sure they're murdered. Like that's all I'm saying. It's like the repercussions are already so severe.
I need to know some real criminals to have like because I would love to like. What is your mode? Like, what are you doing now? Like after you reported back, like yeah,
you say what is your modus operandi?
Not only that, but I'm like, what do you do now? So you leave town?
I just imagine asking someone just being like, "So you attempted murder?" He was like, "Yeah." It's like, "What was your what's your modus operandi now?" And they're like, "What?" Like,
yeah, murder someone? That's wild.
Could be
Shoot 9 times in Queens? That sounds mad. Like, there's less stressful ways to make money. So I could never be a drug dealer.
And that's the only reason.
That's literally
morally, everything else totally fine with it. Just you couldn't get shot.
the fact that someone could murder me for like, yeah, nah, I'm not trying to get murdered. Or harmed, or inconvenienced, really, if we're being honest. Being a drug dealer is mad inconvenient.
I feel like it's also, like, way more personal than I want to deal with something. Like, so you have to be, like, on call, essentially. Like, they're like, hey, are you around? Do you have this? And if you're like, no, can I get back to you tomorrow? They could get violent with you. Like,
exactly that.
That's such a weird profession.
Not only that, but, like, at any point, your profession could be stopped. Just because you ran into a police officer and like boom, you no longer have any of your shit to distribute. Now you're just like, oh well, I guess I gotta go get in debt to someone else.
It's like in Vice City or fucking San Andreas where you go to the police station.
Like yeah, like or imagine some guy just put a gun to your hand and was like, I'm taking this for free. What are you gonna do? Sir, please, I have a family. No.
I mean, to be fair, this is pretty much the B plot of Atlanta. Like,
yeah, but it's just like sounds like it's mad stressful. I'd rather just work at McDonald's. Ain't nobody, and you might still get run up on at McDonald's. That's a crazy thing, but it's not your shit. You can be like, yo, take it. Insurance got this.
So there's 120 shrines in this game, and I think a lot of them are really cool, and I think some of them are so obtuse. I'm like, you really ran out of ideas. Do you know what this one is?
No.
I need to wait to get it, I think. Hold on. Look for the moon.
Look after this, and Juliana's not helping. Pray for me. But where the fuck's this moon at?
It's almost there. It's 9:40 p.m. When's the last time you stared at the moon?
Often, because Juliana. she will make us stop on the evening walk. I'm like, let's look at the moon. And
That
I'm
is
like, all right.
not what I thought you meant. I was like,
Ass?
I don't know, man. I was like, just a weird response where I was like, how often do you stare at the moon? And you were like, not often because of Juliana. And I'm like, what? I think it has to be here.
We'll be driving to Massachusetts and she notices that the moon is big. So we'd just be talking about it for like 30 minutes. I'm like, yeah, I get it. Big moon. Woo, 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 woo. And she's like, look at the size of it. And then taking photos and shit. I'm like, yep, still a moon.
I mean, she is a photographer. It's kind of her deal.
I get it.
You don't get it, clearly.
I don't.
Like, that was very much a lie. Like, the whole conversation is you not getting it. Like,
I gotta support it. I gotta love it. You know, you gotta love it too.
I'm fine with you saying you support it, but you definitely don't get it.
Nah. I'm like, the first time I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. And now I'm like, every once in a while now I'm like, oh look, it's a big moon. Juliana would love to see this big moon, but not like. For me, it does nothing. But it's great to like.
I might have to do it from down here. I forget the exact way to do this. So, this is one of those hidden shrines that you get like a hint at from Cass. Mm-hmm. I think you have to stand on this platform and shoot the moon. I think that's how it works. But truth be told, I'm not 100% sure. I think it's supposed to appear somewhere. I can tell from that the moon is on the other side of this thing, but I need it to move. So, seen any good movies lately?
Me and Juliana started Modern Family, and I reached the Britney Spears episodes of How I Met Your Mother. The end is near of what I would term the golden era of How I Met Your Mother.
Have you changed your opinion on How I Met Your Mother, or do you still have bad taste?
No, man. It's just like the funnier part is watching it, like when Juliana kicks in for a couple episodes, like a couple parts, and she's just like, "Why are you watching this?"
And
like
you don't
one
have
time,
a good answer.
I don't have a good answer. Like Ted and Barney go to a St. Patty's Day party, and they're like, "Oh, like are the girls in there hot?" And the bouncer's like, "Well, they are drunker than the girls you're with." And she was like, "That's gross." When the guys are like, "Yeah," I'm like, "Yeah, that is creepy." So yeah, it hasn't.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
Just the stuff like that. It's crazy that was like 10 years ago. Like how quickly that stuff like aged terribly. I hope it doesn't have to be a. Oh my god, that was literally it. Yeah, you just have to shoot towards the moon while standing on this platform.
Oh.
And then a shrine appears. So this is what I mean, where I'm like, listen, some of them not winners. And also the animation of the shrine coming out of the ground is literally just like a cloud and rocks, and then you're slowly moving the model for the shrine up from the ground. It does not disturb the topography in any way. It just happens. I respect it though.
I mean, it's just hard to render.
Man, I'm so stoked for Tears of the Kingdom. We're so close. But also, I'm gonna quickly finish this one up, and then we can wrap up.
All right.
Because I know you gotta go.
Then we can get into God of War Ragnarok.
Oh wait, is there an actual shrine here? It's a test?
A minor test of strength?
What? I shot the fucking moon and you're still making me do this? What the fuck? Do you have any respect for me or my time? What is this? Carlos, do you respect me?
No.
You answered pretty quickly there. I don't really know how to feel about that. Like, not at all?
No, I respect you. I have to respect you if you're my friend. If I didn't respect you, we wouldn't be friends.
That's true, and likewise. I get... Well, respect isn't... I respect some parts of you.
Wow.
I think that's the best you can ask for, to be honest.
I mean, yeah, you have seen me at my most ridiculous.
I have seen you...
Well, like, we know each other
in the most
ways,
compromising places.
But, like, you know all my bad
I
decisions.
know everything about you, dude.
This is true, and it's like my coworkers don't know that. That's why they respect my opinions, but they don't know I've been an idiot before.
Sorry, you're what?
Like I've been.
You're
They
what?
didn't see
You're
me-
what? Respect you?
Like my coworkers.
You're
Oh,
what?
I hate you. I hate you. I hate you.
I gotta make him now while I can. Like,
People who I've worked with in the past.
thank you.
Also,
I'm just
you know,
comparing this one to the last one we did, and I'm like, this was so much easier. So I can do minor and modest like nobody's fucking business. It's major that I start struggling on. Also, I did equip all of my attack boost gear. That could have something to do with it. But yeah, I'll tell you, man.
Yeah, use your strength boost while you can.
I'm getting emails that I think might return to work, even though my shift ended, which is
Tell me
kind
what
of
that's
annoying.
like.
Yeah, that feels like the natural comeuppance for what I just said. So, you know what? I'm not even mad. Like, I get it. Never has karma struck so swiftly and with such justice.
I'm so shocked that recruiter was trying to tell me to take less money. That's the wildest thing. You don't know my financial situation. You don't know my student loan debt.
Oh, interesting.
What is should I vamp? Or is this in relation to the game?
Yeah, you can vamp.
But yeah, don't pocket watch other individuals. It's just wild.
They don't what?
Don't pocket watch individuals.
What the fuck does pocket watch mean?
Like what? See how much someone makes and make judgments about that, or like how much they need.
Oh, is that what he was doing? Like,
Yeah,
you don't need that much.
He was like those the fucking sports fans who are like, this athlete gets paid that much, they shouldn't be paid at all. It's a kids game, and I'm like, what does it matter to you? You're not paying them.
I do think, in particular, your recruiter is like, hey, I don't want to let this fish get away. I get a commission, so I need you to take this shit so that I get my fucking money.
He wanted that 3%, and I'm like, that sounds like a personal problem for you. The world is full of personal. I literally was about to be like, let me be mad rude right here, but then I'm like, I don't know.
We don't know how these interviews are gonna go. We maybe need to continue employing their services.
But I'm like, that sounds like a personal problem for him.
Cool. Well, we'll wrap it up here. I think we are genuinely in the home stretch. I think.
Yeah, we only got one more Divine Beast.
We got one more Divine Beast. I don't know how long it's going to take because I forget what the process is for these. I think it might be 2 parts for the next Divine Beast from here. And then we're basically just making a beeline for Ganon. What do you think for Ganon? We should do like one big finale. Don't break it up. Yeah,
maybe. Actually, what we also could do, but that might be a bit too much, is like do Ganon the week of Tears of the Kingdom and do it like live or something. But that might be too much.
I like the idea of that, but I don't know.
Nah.
I don't think so. That is a good idea. But I think I'd prefer just record it because that way people can watch it like in advance. But cool. That also gives me like a better like timeline where I know where to schedule stuff and that like that. But yeah, that's a wrap for today, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
All right.
Bye everyone.
Peace out.